Hey gamers, if you like Soulslike games, then you've come to the right place. Today I'm going to show you top 15 best Soulslike games that will be your games of the year in this 2025. Actually, this list isn't final yet since there might still be some Soulslike games coming out later this year. But for now, here's the list of games that are shaping up to be the best Soulslike games of the year 2025. So let's get started. Before we go into the list, I want to tell you about my favorite place to buy games, and that's Instant Gaming. Instant Gaming is an awesome site for grabbing games at great prices. Not only they always have fantastic discounts, but also they running giveaways you won't want to miss. Seriously, these deals are hard to beat. Where else are you gonna find prices this good? Why pay full price when you can grab the same game for way less, right? Yeah, you can shop for games on all kinds of platforms, like PC, PS5, Xbox, and the Nintendo Switch. There are also numerous convenient products to enhance your gaming experience, such as subscriptions, gift cards, and many more. No worries, it's 100% legit, fast, and super easy to use, and their support team is available 24/7. So what are you waiting for? Go check out your favorite games by using the link in the description below and start saving your cash with Instant Gaming. And by using my link, you're not just getting awesome deals, but also supporting this channel. Alright then, let's get back into the list. Mandragora Whiskers of the Witch Tree is a 2D action RPG that combines elements of Souls-like combat, Metroidvania exploration, and deep RPG progression into a single dark fantasy adventure. Yeah, you hear it right? Set in the mysterious world of Feldum, where you play as an inquisitor venturing beyond the safety of human walls to uncover the truth behind a spreading corruption known as entropy. Combat demands patience and skill, timing dodges, reading enemy patterns, and managing stamina all play crucial roles in survival. There are 9 classes to choose from, and once you finish the game, you can jump back in with a new class and build. The deep skill tree also lets you fine-tune your playstyle to match how you like to play. Tales of Iron 2 Whiskers of Winter is a shining example of how to build a sequel right. It refines everything fans loved about the original. The game introduces exciting new mechanics, including a grappling hook for enhanced traversal, tactical traps, and a more advanced system featuring elemental damage and spellcasting. This evolution over revolution approach refines the beloved formula of the first game into something even more engaging. At its heart, Tales of Iron 2 delivers a challenging and rewarding combat system that fans of the genre will adore. It's a game of timing, where you have to be quick and use your brain to survive even in 2D side-scrolling. Mark of the Deep is an impressive isometric Souls-like that blends fast-paced, strategic combat with a rich sense of adventure. You step into the boots of a pirate known as Rookie, who, along with their crew, finds themselves shipwrecked on a mysterious and deadly island. At its core, Mark of the Deep shines through its combat. Timing and precision are everything in dodging, raiding enemy patterns. The game also gives players access to both melee and ranged attacks, with the latter tied cleverly to your normal attack resource, encouraging an aggressive yet strategic approach. Beyond combat, the game is enriched by strong Metroidvania influences. Gaining new abilities and returning to previous areas to unlock new paths is a deeply satisfying loop. I Limit, a stunning anime Souls-like adventure that presents a captivating post-apocalyptic setting where civilization lies in ruins. Corrupted by a corrosive substance known as mud, you play as Arisa, a powerful blader tasked with restoring the decaying city of Havenswell. And instead of a traditional stamina bar that limits your attacks at combat, the game utilizes a sync bar. This bar fills up as you demonstrate mastery in combat, successfully dodging attacks, performing combos to defeating enemies. The higher your sync, the more powerful your attacks and spell-like abilities become. This system actively encourages an aggressive and experimental approach to builds to suit your playstyle. Rise of the Ronin is Team Ninja doing what they do best, mixing challenging combat with stylish storytelling. It's not a revolution in the Souls-like genre, but it refines it in a way that feels smoother, more cinematic, and undeniably cool. The blend of historical Japan, open-world design, and deep customization gives the game its own soul. The combat is intense and strategic. You can't just button mash your way to victory, you need to master the usual suspects, guarding, parrying, and dashing to avoid attacks. And unlike most Souls-likes that punish you relentlessly, the game gives players some flexibility. You can choose between 3 difficulty levels: easy, medium, and hard, depending on how intense you want your journey to be. When Another Crab's Treasure scuttled onto the scene last year, it won hearts with its audacious premise. A Souls-like, it was a great mix of tough combat and charming characters. For those who crave combat, the new boss Rush mode is a dream come true. Players can now face off against their favorite bosses in quick succession through the Combat Memories menu. The update also spices things up with new encounters, including a giant sandworm that looks straight out of a sea monster fever dream. Krill's wardrobe is expanding too. Expect a fun mix of costumes ranging from caveman to princess to wizard, combined with new upgrades for Krill's fork weapon. There's plenty of reason to jump back in and re-customize your crustacean hero. Lords of the Fallen has been transformed by its comprehensive 2.0 update, marking a massive improvement that makes for a much more enjoyable and accessible experience. The journey in Lords of the Fallen is now far more approachable. The game does a much better job of easing players in after the tutorial, creating a smoother and less frustrating early game. The 2.0 update brings significant enhancements to the core gameplay. The Crusader now feels more responsive, making combat feel tighter and more engaging against all types of enemies. The co-op in Lords of the Fallen is now incredibly user-friendly. The game features shared campaign progression for a seamless experience and a generous free friends pass, allowing you to team up with anyone easily.
Disappointing.
Blades of Fire is a dark fantasy Souls-like that revives the genre with bold ideas and sharp execution. You play as Aaron Delir, a reclusive blacksmith whose peaceful life ends when an old friend's visit turns into a bloody tragedy. Seeking vengeance against a tyrannical queen, Aaron ventures through a dying world filled with monsters, mystery, and molten steel. The game's most daring feature is weapon degradation. Every sword or axe will eventually shatter, forcing you to forge new ones with materials that change damage, stamina use, and durability. It's a divisive system, but one that keeps combat fresh and pushes you to master every weapon type.
What the hell is this?
It looks like some kind of forger's device. It's petrified.
Ender Magnolia was one of my favorite games of 2025. Its melancholy visuals and somber mood, along with an excellent mixture of Souls-like and Metroidvania elements, made it incredibly hard to put down. The game not only retains the magic of Ender Lilies, but also strikes that perfect balance between fresh and familiar, exciting and nostalgic. The customization plays a big role here. You're given multiple homunculi with unique abilities to experiment with, and these abilities can be further enhanced using upgrade materials found throughout the world. Don't necessarily think of homunculus upgrades as simple power-ups, but rather as alternate abilities that expand your playstyle options, giving you plenty of depth and variety. Hell Is Us from Rogue Factor is a fascinating action-adventure game that proudly wears its Souls-like inspiration on its sleeve, and it's one of the year's best under-the-radar gems. Set in the fictional country of Hadea, Hell Is Us puts you in the boots of Remy, an exile returning home to find his parents amid a devastating civil war. What he finds instead is a country shattered by fanaticism, superstition, and grief. In combat, you'll use a mix of light and heavy attacks. dodges, and parries, assisted by a handy drone that adds a bit of tactical flavor. The parry and healing mechanics reward you for staying aggressive, creating a fun risk and reward loop that feels a lot like Bloodborne. I know Hell Is Us isn't really a Souls-like, but it's still definitely worth playing. Stellar Blade caught my eye the moment it got revealed for its amazing visuals and gameplay, totally not because of that latex suit and juggle physics. Right? The heart of Stellar Blade is its combat, and this is where the game truly shines. The game combines Souls-like challenge with character action fluidity. You can't button mash your way through. You must learn patterns, master perfect guards and dodges, and unleash devastating beta and burst skills once you've earned them. And yes, Eve looks fantastic in the Nikki-themed gear. I know Stellar Blade came out in 2024, but it just hit PC this year in 2025, and its DLC is seriously memorable for a game starring such a badass sexy heroine. If Lies of P was a masterclass in twisted fairy tales and mechanical tragedy, its first DLC, Overture, is a haunting encore that reminds us why we fell in love with this puppet show of pain in the first place. Acting as a time-traveling prequel, the DLC sends players back before the main game's events, uncovering how certain mysteries and characters came to be. The DLC introduces a handful of new weapons, like deadly hand claws for dexterity builds, and a fresh upgrade tree for passive bonuses. It doesn't reinvent the wheel, but instead delivers a polished, substantial, and emotionally resonant new chapter that reminds you exactly why this puppet's tale was one of the finest Souls-likes in recent memory. Hollow Knight Silksong is an unforgiving adventure featuring brutally challenging boss battles that demand precise timing and mastery of your moveset. Yes, the game employs a corpse run mechanic where, upon death, you must fight your way back to your shade to reclaim your lost geo, the game's currency. This structure, combined with the benches that act as deliberate checkpoints and a world steeped in environmental storytelling, creates that familiar Souls-like tension and reward cycle. For players who define the genre by its high difficulty and emotional peaks, Hollow Knight Silksong fits the description perfectly. In the end, Hollow Knight Silksong isn't just a Metroidvania or a Souls-like, it's a harmonious fusion of both, a beautifully punishing odyssey that captures the best of what makes each genre special. WUCHANG Fallen Feathers soars as a must-play Souls-like that you must play in this 2025. Developer Lindsay Games has crafted a deeply compelling action RPG that stands tall as one of the finest entries in the genre since the acclaimed Lies of P, set against a dark and gripping reimagining of the Ming Dynasty. You play as the amnesiac pirate warrior WUCHANG, who is afflicted with the feathering, a disease that drives people to madness but also grants her unique combat powers. And drawing inspiration from Bloodborne and Sekiro, WUCHANG emphasizes evasion, precision, and timing over simple blocking. Its 5 weapon types, such as longswords, axes, spears, one-handed swords, and dual blades, each feel distinct, bolstered by a skill tree that allows you to tailor your build to your preferred playstyle.
为国尽忠。
The first Berserker Khazan is a brilliant blend of the Souls-like and hack-and-slash genres, offering some of the best combat in recent gaming years and an incredibly polished product. You play as Khazan, the great general of the Pellos Empire, once a hero, now branded a traitor. Betrayed and broken, his fate takes a dark twist when he becomes one with the mysterious Blade Phantom. The game's parry system, skill chaining, and the burst counter mechanics deliver that same rush of satisfaction you get from nailing a perfect deflect in Sekiro Mario, but with the flair of a stylish action game. Combine that with perfect parries, brutal finishers, and devastating spirit-based abilities, and you get one of the most satisfying combat loops of the generation. And that's it for today. Those are Soulslike games that will be your games of the year in 2025 so far. Got a hidden gem I didn't mention? Let me know in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this video or discovered a new title to add to your collection, feel free to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you'll never miss future content. So, thank you for watching and see you in the next video.